Hello and welcome back. We've got to the final leg of the lesson, and the lesson so far has gone great, and my student has been just absolutely wonderful, cooperative, and what every teacher would want in a student. So I appreciate that, Miss Cheryl. And the next thing we're going to do, which is right before we put everything in the oven, is set up our eggplant. The first thing you want to do is put a layer of sauce on the bottom of the pan. I'll show you right here. I will do the first one, and I'll put the first layer, and then I'm going to have my student do the second pan. So here we have the first layer of sauce, and you want to make sure you get a generous portion on there because the eggplant does absorb quite a bit of the liquid. And I wish you could smell it through the video, because I'm telling you, that smell of that basil and the wonderful aroma is just absolutely takes my breath away. It's one of my favorite dishes, and my mother taught me how to do this, and I just like the fact that I'm able to have you experience this as well. If you notice, we blotted all the eggplant as we were cooking, and now I'm going to put the first layer in, and you can just kind of fit it in as you go along. I've got plenty here, so we don't have to skimp on it at all. Okay, here's the first layer. And you fit the pieces in as you go along. I have room probably for one more. I can move a few over. And okay, there's our first layer. And I bet any money here, my wife can do a better job than I just did right there. So the next thing you want to do is now take another layer of sauce, put it over the top. Make sure you fill it in. That liquid gets absorbed quickly. Then you take your Parmesan cheese. You could use Parmesan, you could use Romano cheese, whichever you prefer. Romano's a little milder than Parmesan, but if you prefer Parmesan, which I have right here, it's a generous portion. You don't want to overdo it. And now we take our basil pieces and you put that into your layer. Okay, so to recap, first thing we do, put a layer of sauce on the bottom of the pan, take our eggplant, put a layer of eggplant, put another layer of sauce, thin layer of sauce on top, but be generous. Parmesan cheese, and then if you have fresh basil available, use fresh basil. If you don't, you could always use the dried variety, but I prefer the real thing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have Cheryl do the next one.